all of this trouble.
My God.
But I found out that God has it such that he works in something called process. He works this process to move his people, to change us. Those that have been here for some time, you understand that we talked about the process of change. We say that you go from the old to transition to new. When God's working to change your life now, he takes us through a process. When he's taking us from one place to another, he takes us in process. When you're going from a place of lack to a place of plenty, it's a process. When you're going from a state of ungodliness to a state of godliness, it's a process.
Come on.
Going from a place of your will, your way,
Jesus.
your thoughts,
Yes, Lord.
to God's way,
Yes.
God's will, God's thoughts. It's a process.
Yes.
And sometimes that process, if he would only, Mother, just spell it out to me. If he would just come and tell me, look, son, I'm getting ready to do this, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this is what's going to happen. This person's going to slap you, that one's going to run you over, this one's going to drag you, this person's going to round you, that person's going to steal from you, this person's going to talk about you, this person's going to leave you, this person's going to betray you. If he only just came and told me all of that, then I would be ready for it, right?
Right. Come on.
Thank you.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Because then I'll be saying, why are you taking me through that? Why I got to do that? Come on, come on, come on. But God takes us through process. And sometimes it's not pretty. And he doesn't explain it. It just seems to happen. And when it starts happening, sometimes it appears that maybe it's just me, but I found myself at times really having contempt and despising God's process. I found myself sitting up like the kids sometimes when you put vegetables on their plate and they taste it, and what they say, I don't like this. I found myself in some situations that God allowed to happen in my life, and I found myself sometimes telling God, I don't like this. I found myself dealing with some situations and telling God, I don't like this. Dealing with some people sitting up, Lord God, having to endure some things that I had to endure, put up with some stuff I had to put up, and say, I don't like this. I don't like it. It's got to be a better way. It's got to be a better way. You got to take me a better way. And I find myself with this trying to come up inside of me. A contempt. I want to talk to some people who God is moving through this process, moving through these difficult places. I want to talk to you just for a moment, if you don't mind. In our text, the children of Israel, he is now taking them out of Egypt. He started them on this journey, this process. A process that was going to change them. A process that was going to change their environment. A process actually that was going to change the world, period. And as he began to move them through this process that they were going through, it wasn't an easy one. It didn't look pretty. But yet nonetheless, God was moving them to accomplish his purpose. In this text that we were reading, Isaiah, he comes and he begins to say that God is moving us to a place of maturity, and he's going to do it little by little. He's going to do it little by little. And in this world that we're living in, we want everything accelerated. We want everything right now.
Microwave.
We want it right now. God, we don't want to wait for nothing. We want it right now. And God forbid if we're in process and somebody else is getting something. We're sitting right now going through, oh God, we think that we should be up there, and we see them moving up there. Now we're ready to have a gypsy fit. Oh God, pennies in a bunch. We're ready to have a fit now. Because, Lord, how long do I have to go?
Yes.
Through this process. That nasty word. That P word. Process. I want to encourage those that are going through this, because I want you to know that process is absolutely necessary. And many people, they have tried to move outside or move around or avoid God's process. Because this Exodus that we just read, this is when they're coming out of Egypt. But we can go, because we can go to the 7th chapter of Deuteronomy, and we're going to find the same words there. Now, you didn't understand what happened until you began to look and understand that this wasn't now the same time that these first words were spoken. The first words that we read in Exodus, this is when they were coming out of Egypt. They had only been out of Egypt maybe a few months, and God was telling them that they were getting ready to go over and possess the land. And he was telling them that they were going to move in, and he was instructing them what to do, and he was telling them what they were going to have, and he was telling them what and how, when, and where, and they were ready now to go. But they failed in the process. They decided that they didn't want to go over into the land that God was telling them to go, because there was giants over there.
It's good. It's good.
It was some things over there that they didn't want to deal with. Come on. Somebody in here, somebody in here. Come on. If you can't say amen, just say out. Just say out. Come on. There's some things in the process that they didn't want to deal with. There was some things over there in the land. There was some giants that they didn't want to deal with.
Ouch, Pastor. Ouch. Ouch.
God, no. You can deal with my anger. You can deal with my temper. You can deal with all of this. Totally, the Lord, just take it out of me. Just take it out. Rip it out. Don't have me going through when, Lord, I got to bring this thing under subjection. Don't have me going through what I got to now let this thing be crucified. Don't have me going through it. Take it. Not in process. Every time I look around, these folks started making me mad. Process. Because he's working that madness out of you.